Hi everyone, I'm Jess from Two Little Pickles and I am here today to talk to you about cloth nappies. So there's a lot of information online about cloth nappies and it can be very overwhelming to start with and a little bit confusing. I know I was definitely confused when I first started looking into how to get started with cloth nappies, what I would need, all the different types and brands, and there's just an absolute mountain of information out there. So I'm hoping to put together a series of small videos which will help guide you to get started in the easiest possible way and just explain things and explain how everything works in a little bit more detail really. So first up, you're going to need the nappies. So we recommend that you have about 20 to 25 daytime nappies and about 5 or 6 nighttime nappies as well. That will give you enough time to get them washed and dried with a little bit of wiggle room before they have to go back on baby, just in case they take a bit longer to dry. Throughout the winter they can take a lot longer to dry, so we just recommend having a few spare so that you've got that little bit of wiggle room as well. We also recommend that you try a few different brands and a few different types of nappies as well when you're first starting out, because not all nappies will suit all babies. There are lots of different types. We've got all-in-one nappies, all-in-two nappies, got flats, terries, but I'll do another video which goes through all the different types of nappies and what the benefits of each different type are. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. Next up, you'll need some wet bags. So wet bags are used for taking cloth nappies out and about, also at home if you want to use them for a bit of storage, that's fine as well. So you've got lots of different sizes and styles of wet bags. You've got the really small ones, generally known as a mini wet bag. These are great for taking wipes out in if you want to use cloth wipes alongside your nappies. You can also fit one nappy in this bag. So if I'm just popping out for an hour, I know that my little one probably isn't going to need a change, but let's be honest, could still happen. I'll take a single nappy out in here and then I can put the dirty one back in there to bring it back home again. You've also got some medium-sized wet bags. Lots of wet bags also have this little strap here so you can popper it onto your pushchair or your changing bag. This one is a little Love Bum wet bag and it's actually got 2 zips. So you've got a front zip there and then a main zip there. So again, you can pop some cloth wipes in the front and some nappies in the main compartment, and then use the front section for dirty nappies once you've used them, and take it back home in that one. And then you've got larger wet bags like this one. So again, this one's got 2 zips on it. I love the larger, I mean this is still classed as a medium, but the slightly bigger double zip wet bags for childcare. So I tend to put all the clean nappies in one side, and then as the childminder uses them, she takes them out and puts them in the other side of the wet bag so that it keeps them separate. And then at the end of the day, I can come home and literally just unzip it, push it inside out into the washing machine, and they get their wash. You've also got pods. So again, this one's from Little Love Bum. This is a small pod. So it's got just a zip across the front here, and you can use it for, you can probably fit 2 nappies in that one. Again, you've got the snap on the handle there to strap it onto something. You can use these for pretty much the same as wet bags. They're lined inside with the waterproof layer as well. So again, you can use those in the same way. And we've also got large pods. This is a Buttons large pod. So these are great for storing clean nappies. So you can literally fit about 8 or 9 nappies in there, depending on how much absorbency you've got in your nappies. These are great for taking them out for childcare. So a lot of people, if your child's doing a full day of childcare, you can put the whole day's worth of nappies in there and then just send a big empty wet bag in for all of the dirty nappies as well. Next, you'll need somewhere to store all of the dirty nappies until you wash them. So most people wash on day 2 or 3. So every other day, every 3rd day, do a main wash load of nappies. So the main advice that you'll see everywhere is to use a bucket. Personally, I don't use a bucket. I think they cause more of a smell. and they're just not, I just can't be bothered to clean it out each time really. So I use an extra large wet bag. So these ones, you can see they're absolutely enormous. This will hold 2 or 3 days worth of nappies. This one has got a double zip, but actually I only use the main compartment. So I hang this on the wall in my utility room, and all of the dirty nappies just go straight in here, and then on wash day I unzip it, turn it inside out in itself in the washing machine, and then put the wash on. So there is that option, or the other option, which is becoming more and more common as well, is a bucket which has got holes in the side for airflow. So basically the more airflow you get into the kind of dirty nappies, the less they will actually smell. Hence why a wet bag tends to smell less than a contained bucket with a lid. You can also use a bucket and just not put the lid on. That will also work, but you will still get the bottom of the bucket will still start to smell a little bit as well. So I would personally recommend an extra large wet bag, or a basket that's got holes in the side of it as well. Liners are used to catch solids in the nappy. So you can either use disposable liners or you can use fleece liners. These fleece liners are from Little Lamb, and they're super, super soft. They help to wick away moisture from your baby's skin as well. So whilst they do the job of catching the solids, they also keep baby skin really dry, and they're super, super soft. And then these are disposable liners, also from Little Lamb. Please note, no disposable liners are actually flushable. They may say on the packet that they're flushable, they're not. Please do not flush disposable liners down the toilet. So again, these are used just to catch solids basically. If you're not keen on having to try and get solids off of a fleece liner, you can just use a disposable one, but you will need to find a way to get rid of that obviously as well. So you literally place the liner into the nappy and then pop it on baby as normal. And finally, we've got cloth wipes. So obviously it's up to you whether you want to go down the route of using cloth wipes at the same time as starting cloth nappies. I personally found that when I started with the nappies and I was still using disposable wipes, it was a little bit backwards, because I then had to find a way to get rid of the disposable wipes. So they were still going in a nappy sack and in the bin, which just was backwards to me. So I started pretty quickly with cloth wipes after the nappies. These ones are muslins, cloth wipes, they're bamboo. And generally speaking, I only ever really need one wipe to change baby's bum. They are much more efficient at cleaning babies than disposable wipes are, I promise. And then obviously you're going to need a washing machine. So wash routines really don't need to be complicated. There is some advice on our website which goes through a general wash routine. Lots of manufacturers have different guidelines when it comes to what temperature you can wash your nappies on. So just be mindful that if you are washing at a temperature that's higher than what they recommend, then you can invalidate your warranty. So just be careful of that one. And then also you'll need somewhere to dry your nappies. So a freestanding airer is great. Also you can get the little airers that hook over the radiators. Again, they're really good. Just make sure that none of your bamboo or your hemp or your outer PUL layers of the nappy are touching any heat source, because that will cause damage. So that is your guide to getting started with cloth nappies. I hope it was helpful, and keep an eye out on our YouTube page for more videos on cloth nappies explained.